Stakeholder management is a process of maintaining good relationships with the people who have the most impact on your work. Stakeholders are a driving force behind many projects, and as such, it is important to develop and maintain good relationships with each individual stakeholder. Stakeholders can be internal or external, and behaving appropriately with both types will improve the project overall. Internal stakeholders can include the team working on the project and the project sponsor, while external stakeholders can include investors, the end user, or the client. 5 components of stakeholder management plan include stakeholder identification, that is understanding who your stakeholders are, both internal and external. The prioritization of stakeholders, so whose opinions and ideas are going to be heard first, who gets new information first, and then the chain down from there. It includes setting stakeholder expectations, what is expected of that stakeholder versus what they expect of you. Setting communication rules, such as your communication plan, and then developing action plans to handle each stakeholder. Stakeholder theory is a view of capitalism that stresses the interconnected relationships between business and its customers, suppliers, employees, investors, communities, and others who have a stake in the organization. The theory argues that a firm should create value for all stakeholders and not just shareholders. Businesses often look at profit as a way to appease shareholders. While shareholders are a stakeholder in the business, stakeholder theory indicates that businesses should also look to improve and enrich the lives of those who are employees and users, clients, and other types of stakeholders. Stakeholder management has evolved to ensure that relationships are established in many directions and not just focused on the shareholder. The process of managing stakeholders also focuses on ethical behaviors from all parties. Additionally, there are expectations set up front to ensure stakeholders know exactly what is expected of them, and this provides the manager more control over requests that may be outside the scope of the project. Successful stakeholder management comes from the identification of each stakeholder, understanding what each stakeholder's role is, and how and when you will communicate with each of them. The best way to keep stakeholders on your side is through expectation setting and clear communication. This should be happening up front in the beginning of the project. One should always be swift when delivering both good and bad news, using facts, explaining timelines and budget constraints, and being very clear up front about the desires of the stakeholders can help prevent issues and will help when having to deliver less than ideal news. Two-way communication is key to keeping everyone involved.